In 3 generations, everyone who knew you will be dead. So if you don't like quotes, you can right off. Just kidding. Isn't there just something sexy about a dystopian thriller? Ah! Hey, I'm Julie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you about the top 10 mystery thriller releases of 2024. Now, some of these books were just released. I realize that. I'm a busy girl. I don't have time to be reading every single thing that comes out the second it comes out. Stop yelling at me. I'm very excited about all these books. These are my top 10 that I can't wait to read. But obviously I had to organize them somehow. So I'm saving the one that I'm most excited for that I cannot wait to read till the very end. So stay tuned for that. Number 10 is The Last Murder at the End of the World by Stuart Turton. This is a dystopian mystery thriller set at the end of the world. Isn't there just something sexy about a dystopian thriller? I mean, it's kind of just like the world's ending anyway. I can do whatever I want and get away with it. There's only one island left with 122 villagers and 3 scientists living on it, just all living their best lives. Everybody's happy until one of the scientists is brutally murdered. So for reasons I don't quite understand, the murder lowered the security system. So that's where it gets a little dicey, but maybe that scientist was the one in charge of security or something. But anyway, now they're all on the clock because if they don't solve the mystery, the fog rolls in that destroyed the rest of the world and it's gonna kill them too. So yeah, I feel like I need to read this to understand the science behind it all, but it sounds incredible. And this one comes out this month, May 28th of 2024. Number 9 is Daughter of Mine by Miranda, and it came out on April 9th. I know, I should have already read it. Get off my back, I've got it. I'm getting ready to read it right now. Give me a second. Our main character, Hazel, left Mirror Lake 10 years earlier, but the death of the local detective, who also happens to be her father, draws her back. Hazel's shocked to learn he's left the house only to her and cut out her 2 brothers completely. So sounds like there's going to be a little sibling rivalry going here. Simultaneously, a drought happens in the region, and so secrets that have been long buried are brought to the surface. Isn't there just something super creepy about a lake? I mean, I love going to the lake. I'm a lake girl. But can you imagine the secrets that every single lake holds beneath the surface? It's so disgusting and creepy. From my research on Goodreads, it looks like this is a super fast-paced thriller with short chapters, which I love. I'm kind of entering my thriller phase where I just want everything to be a super fast-paced, thrilling narrative. I'm on the edge of my seat. I can't wait to find out what happens to Hazel. Number 8 is Home is Where the Bodies Are by Jeneva Rose, and this one just came out a couple days ago on April 30th. Following the death of their mother, 3 siblings who have grown apart come back together to sort through her affairs. So it looks like this is another sibling rivalry one. Don't read too much into that. While going through their folk stuff, the 3 discover some home movies and decide to watch them for nostalgia's sake. Don't ever do that. Don't go through the movies. It's not a good idea. One of the videos reveals a night from the 90s that none of them remember. It shows their dad covered in blood, a dead body, and a pact between him and their mom to get rid of the body. Then the video abruptly ends. OMG! OMG! So now, of course, they have to solve the mystery. This one sounds kind of light and fun, but I have a feeling it's going to have some darker undercurrents. Number 7 is Every Time I Go on Vacation, Someone Dies by Mack. And this one also came out on April 30th. Our main character is Eleanor Dash, and she's on a book tour of Italy. I just finished One Italian Summer by Rebecca Searle, and all these books about Italy are making me want to go back. Anyway, she's working on her new book, and she's trying unsuccessfully to kill off her main character, Connor Smith. She's named him after a real-life con man that she got mixed up with years ago and can't get away from. Someone attempts to kill the real Connor, and he enlists Eleanor's help to solve the mystery. This sounds so cute! It sounds like an adorable, cozy mystery with a little romance thrown in, set in gorgeous Italy. What more could you want? Number 6 on this list is How to Solve Your Own Murder by Kristin Perrin, and this one came out March 26th. This one was also on my top 24 books you should read in 2024 video, so if you need more great book recs, I'll link that up above and down below. This one's touted as a fun mystery about a main character who spends her whole life trying to solve her own murder. When she's a young teen, a fortune teller predicts her murder, and she spends the rest of her life trying to solve the mystery. As far as I understand, this story spans decades, and it's more about the niece trying to solve her murder after her death. Number 5 on this list is Missing White Woman by Kellye Garrett, and it just came out on April 30th. Bree was supposed to be on a romantic getaway to New York City. Her boyfriend Ty had planned everything for them, from the romantic dinner reservations to the luxury row house in Jersey City. But when she wakes up on the final morning of vacation and comes downstairs, she finds a dead body, and her boyfriend is gone, baby, gone. A woman of color stranded alone in a new city, Bree doesn't know where to turn, especially when the dead body turns out to be missing woman Janelle Beckett, a woman the internet has been obsessed with and searching for. Bree is forced to turn to her ex-best friend who just happens to be a lawyer, and they have a very complicated past. Bree has to solve the murder in order to save herself. This book looks incredible. It looks like a super tense, suspenseful thriller, and I cannot wait to get scared reading it all by myself. Number 4 is One Perfect Couple by Ruth Ware, and it comes out on May 21st. Ruth Ware is a recent favorite author for me, so I'm just devouring anything she puts out. Our main character Lila is struggling. Her postdoc research is not going well, and she's not getting on with her boyfriend Nico, who's an aspiring actor. Nico's trying out for a new reality show called The Perfect Couple, and he talks Lila into joining him. Lila is the name of my son's friend from school, and it's so cute. I love that name. So Lila and Nico end up on a tropical paradise ever after island where they have to compete with other couples to win a cash prize. So the first challenge has them all at each other's throats. And then an overnight storm cuts them off from the mainland and the crew that brought them there. Their phones don't even work. This game gets a little too real, and the stakes are life and death. Number 3 on this list is Everyone is Watching by Heather Gudenkauf, and it comes out on March 26th. So on this one, we have a game show called One Lucky Winner. Who's gonna win the $10 million? The mother with the sick child? The politician? The Hollywood executive? The psychiatrist? So they're isolated in a Northern California property with strict instructions not to leave the estate. And they can have no contact with the outside world, and they have no idea what to expect. So the story is actually told through the least likable characters, which adds a little layers to the story. Everyone has traumatic secrets or skeletons in their closet they want to hide, but they slowly start to realize that may just be the point of this game. The story sounds riveting and complex, and it also explores the voyeuristic tendencies of social media. The number 2 new release that I cannot wait to read this year is You Will Never Be Me by Jessie Q. Sutanto, and this one comes out August 20th. So this one will be like a creepy fall mystery read. I love Jessie Q. Sutanto. She's written some really cute, cozy mysteries, but I fell in love with her when I read I'm Not Done With You Yet. It's an unhinged thriller, and it really made me respect her writing. So our main character is influencer Meredith Lee, and she taught her mentee Aspen everything she knows, only to have Aspen turn around and drop her as soon as Aspen blows up. So Mare gets a teensy bit stalkery, just does like a bit of light Aspen stalking. And this is super creepy. She finds one of Aspen's kids' iPads, steals it, and now she has access to the family calendar. So Aspen doesn't understand why all of a sudden her perfectly photoshopped life starts crumbling around her. Sponsors say they don't want to work with her anymore, other influencers won't talk to her, and even her husband seems repulsed by her. Suddenly, in the midst of all this, Meredith goes missing, and Aspen starts receiving strange threats. But she didn't become internet famous by being naive, and she won't let anything interfere with her perfect life again. This one sounds probably the creepiest on the list. we've got friends, we've got influencers, we've got a little stalking, we've got a disappearance. It sounds like the perfect thriller. Cannot wait. And the number one book you've all been waiting for, the one I absolutely cannot wait to read. I'm reading it the second it comes out. And actually, it's been pushed back from June 6th all the way to June 18th. So we technically have to wait even longer. The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. This one's gonna be so good, I can already tell. A luxury resort opening weekend. The characters include the founder, the mystery guest, the lover, the detective, the kitchen employees, and someone winds up dead. This sounds like a locked room mystery where it has to be one of the guests or one of the people staying on the resort, probably. Anyone could be the killer, and I love that. No detail has been spared on opening weekend. The infinity pool's ready to go, there are fancy swag bags, the signature cocktails are flowing, and everyone's wearing linen. But the local community hates what's happening with the manor, and they believe in folklore about the forest surrounding the manor. On Sunday morning, a body is discovered. The police arrive, and something's just not right with the guests. What happened in the last 36 hours? So we really don't know if it's a regular murder or a force more sinister. I love this for Lucy Foley. Good for her branching out a little bit, maybe into the paranormal. I think this will be the book of the summer. I'm calling it now. It's gonna be so hard to wait till June. I just want to close for a second with an inspirational quote. If you're not into quotes, I'll see you next time. But if you're into quotes, or if you need a pick-me-up, or if you just need something to help you through the day, here we go. In 3 generations, everyone who knew you will be dead, including those who stopped you from doing what you really wanted. I heard this on a podcast with Alex Hermosi, and I'm not sure if he's the one who came up with the original idea, but I feel like we all know this deep down. Like, we let people stop us from doing things every single day. But what we don't stop to realize is that none of it matters. It doesn't really matter what other people think. And it doesn't really matter what other people say. I've let so many people stop me from doing things in my life, only to find out later they could care less. They don't care what I do. So maybe this quote is a little bit, what is that word? Maudlin, morose, sad. So maybe this quote's a little bit dark. But if you're letting other people stop you from doing what you love, maybe you need to remember that it doesn't really matter in the end. We're all just doing our best to get by. And what matters is what you do with today. Have a good one. I'll see you next time. So if you don't like quotes, you can right off. Just kidding.